You'll find Pittsburgh to be remarkably unexciting, Trent. That's the mining operation. Not much to look at. A lot of rocks, smoke, and fire. But what it lacks in class, it more than makes up for in cheap drinks. Set your ship down on one of the landing pads over there.
Nice job, Trent. Now I believe I owe you some credits.
Hey, King. Did you know it was gonna get hot out there?
We're not done yet. We're just waiting for the others.
What others?
We've suspected for some time now that the Order has had ties to organized crime and Liberty. They may even be hiding a secret base. I think we're onto something here, and I've called for backup. We could really use you out there, Trent.
All right, but this had better be worth it.
It will be. I promise you. Oh, and, Trent, now that you have a little scratch, I'd look into outfitting that pile of junk you're flying. Try the equipment dealer over there. He always has good deals. I'll see you in space.
Alrighty. So, nice little autosave feature, so we don't have, that way if anything happens, we just end up back here. Alrighty, so we're to meet King up there, but we're going to take his advice and get a little bit more equipment. Luckily, he was willing to pay us the $2,000 for that little bit, so that means that we can get straight into other bits and pieces. I, at this point, usually tend to go for a countermeasure dropper. You might have noticed, when the donut was destroyed, you might have noticed missiles. Missiles auto-target and will go straight for you, very obviously. So, countermeasure droppers are usually the best way to make sure that said missiles don't hit you. It says right there how far a range it will go. It will have a small travel, and it is effective for anything within about 1,000 meters. And it has a 70% success rate. It does take ammunition, so you don't just use it willy-nilly, because ammunition costs money.
Loaded into cargo hold.
However, it can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Don't have enough money for a better shield, and you can't buy better thrusters at this point, or in this area at all. I can buy one nanobot or one shield battery, but first we'll go to the commodity trader over here. Normally you try to find a better deal for this, find a better place to sell it. This is a bad area to sell scrap metal, for example. The same thing with construction machinery. However, since we only know 2 locations and we're in the middle of a mission, I'm going to sell it as is, because there's not much else we can do, and I'm not willing to keep that entire thing around when I could potentially use it for elsewhere. So I'm gonna buy a nanobot, and actually, I'm gonna go and sell one countermeasure dropper to buy a second nanobot, because I doubt I will go through. I will need 50 countermeasure flares, and one nanobot can make a difference. It really can. I've been in some very tight spots in this game. Anyway, so now that we hopefully you guys figured it out. So I'm going to go ahead and launch. I'm going to go ahead and skip the launch sequence. It's pretty similar regardless where you are. So, the new objective. It is believed Liberty Rogue attack on the transport was staged from a base somewhere in the Pittsburgh debris field. Assist King in locating the criminal base and eliminating the threat. It is classified as a medium-risk mission. It is unknown how much resistance will be encountered should it be located. The reward will be 3,500 credits. So a nice bit more money to hopefully either continue to upgrade this ship or to purchase a new ship. Either way.
There you are. 4 LSF wings from Fort Bush are searching the debris field for the rogue base. They've already taken prisoners. I'm uploading the coordinates for our search pattern. We'll rendezvous with another wing of fighters for our patrol. Hold on, there they are. Gamma 6, Delta Patrol reports no hostile contacts. Tell them to keep looking. One way or another, We'll find where those rogues are hiding.
Alright. So, I hope you guys have been enjoying this so far, and I will be honest, it does get a little bit repetitive since I'll be honest, every mission is going to just involve blowing up more ships. But I personally...
The attack on our transport. The LSF has dispatched 4 wings to help us track down where these rogues are coming from. They gotta have a secret base around here, and this time, we'll find it.
It's gonna involve a lot of shooting.
Mayday. This is prison ship SC-19. We're under attack. To all Liberty patrols, please respond! All units, change course to intercept. I'm uploading a waypoint. This is LSF Patrol Gamma 6. We're on an intercept course and approaching your position. Over. Acknowledge Gamma 6. We're under attack by multiple rogue fighters. We have fires on several decks, and our defenses are failing. Understood. Hang on.
So, it has been a while, but I'm hoping that in this first little recording session I will get through at least the second mission, campaign mission. We'll see how this goes. It's already been a while.
We're taking heavy damage. Get these guys off us. There she is. She's hurt bad. Everyone, break formation and engage.
Okay, right there what I just did is I did a cut my engines. What that does is that preserves the momentum I had and allows me to continue traveling at that time, but like if, as you have seen, if you're in cruise mode, it will allow you to continue at cruise speed, but you will be able to fire your weapons, and I have used the heck out of that. Usually just to get behind them and get some early shots in.
We're picking up several new hostile contacts. Damn it, more pirates! Trent, defend the prison ship at all costs.
So I won't lie, there are, in this situation, I don't believe the prison ship can be destroyed. There are a lot of ones like this where it will say do this, and as long as you're fighting and you don't get blown up, you won't lose. But I have been in ones before where it says protect this ship, and that ship can die. So I haven't lost enough to know how many different times there are. I just know that I have never lost in the first mission before, so I don't know if that says anything about how good I am or if that's how easy it is. I'd honestly assume it's the first. I'm not for second. You know, it's the first mission. I would assume that it would be relatively easy as long as you're trying.
Yeah, that was the last one. You did it! The radar is clear. XT-19, what is your status? Over.
Am I above it?
Fires are contained. We lost life support to several decks, but we're all right. Over.
Yeah, I was above it.
Acknowledged. Is there any way we can assist you? Negative. Repair crews from Pittsburgh are on the way. You came just in time. Glad we could help. Epsilon Wing, stay here in case more rogues show up. Trent and I will continue the search on our own. Affirmative. Good luck. I'm uploading new coordinates. Trent, take the lead.
Alrighty, so, real quick, I guess I never mentioned that. So, generally, in the star systems, you will have everything on a 2D plane, like, planets are generally not above or below other planets and whatnot. There are a few exceptions, but very often those exceptions are things like you have a gas giant that is utterly useless, it will be above or below the planets that you can land on and whatnot. But you can travel in 3 dimensions. I'm not sure how far. Theoretically, I don't know how far it would go. I've never tried. Maybe we could try that at some point, but I'd prefer to finish the campaign and maybe do a little bit of, like, as a little bit of extra when I show you, like, I can show you some more secrets and whatnot after we finish the campaign.
Go to.
So, that function will allow us to go around and we'll still avoid things like this planet that we might otherwise have run into. Although, I will say the AI for this one can also be very much of a pain. Because it will...
The rogue base must be around here. They'd never attack something as big as a prison ship too far away from their hideout.
Because it will go right up until the point where it's about to crash into something, and that can still lead to some pretty bad situations.
Mayday! The LSF Beta 4. I'm under attack and need assistance. This is LSF Patrol Gamma 6. We hear you, Beta 4. Where are you? Over. Heading into the debris field. I have several rogue ships on my tail. Can't take them. My shields are failing. All right, Trent. Let's take these guys out.
Oops. Okay. Well, no zapping him behind him. So another thing you might have noticed while we've been fighting is the curved red symbols that will happen whenever I get hit. That actually lets me see which general direction the enemy is shooting at. When they're right in front of me, it'll generally come from all directions. If they're above me, the top one will fade last, or the other ones won't show up, and all that good stuff. Really, they've been really good about making sure that even that you can. Oh, and combat might not be the best place to try it, but I do remember that there is a way to actually turn so you're viewing everything from the ship cockpit, and I love doing that every once in a while. It makes things a little bit more challenging, although not incredibly so, and it really makes you feel like you're the pilot. Let me see, maybe I can try it. Let's see, was that? There it was! Okay, found it. That was simple.
Beta 4.
I actually might keep it like that. It's been a while.
The ship is holding together. Barely. Where's the rest of your wing? Gone. We were sweeping through the debris field and ran into heavy fire inside a dense particle cloud.
It's not actually that different.
That's it. You must have been close to their base. Can you show us where you were? I'm uploading the coordinates now. My systems are
This means you can't see your own ship.
I have a coolant leak. I'm headed back to Pittsburgh. Good luck, Beta 4. Thanks. To you as well. Let's go. Head to the coordinates.
So it does make it kind of difficult.
Trent, I think this is it. I'm gonna call in for some backup.
When you
To all units,
you
this
can't
is
lose
Gamma
parts of your
6.
ship,
We have a potential
and
location of
it
the
doesn't
rogue
let you see
base.
that at all.
Converge on the following coordinates. This is Alpha 1, acknowledged. We'll rendezvous at the coordinates. Over.
This is Delta 1, Leader. We're on the far side of Pittsburgh. Changing course to your location. Over.
Wait, I've got something. Incoming rogue fighters, get ready. That was the last of them. Then fleeing into the field.
wonder if I can get that guy before he gets away.
This is LSF Alpha 1. What's your status?
Oh, I got him!
Cloud ahead.
Okay,
Trent,
I'm
take
switching
the
off.
lead.
It's not nearly as good as I would have liked. Oh, I'm almost right there anyway. So I'm not going to bother to engage crew engines. I'll just go in on thruster power.
There! The rogue base! To all units, this is Gamma 6. We've confirmed the location of the rogue base.
There it is.
I'm transmitting new coordinates. All units, I can make out 2 defense platforms and an armored depot. We'll need torpedoes to take it out. Over. Delta Wing is carrying torpedoes. They're on their way, Trent. We can't take out the base. Their armor is too strong, but we can soften up their defenses by taking out the platforms. Let's go. Trent, look out! More pirate ships closing in fast! I hope those reinforcements get here soon. 1 down, 1 to go. One of my men.
Is he inside? There he is. So, here's another bit you might notice. See, there are 2 types of red arrows on the sides. The small ones means they're not mission critical, but they are enemy. The larger ones, like that one on the right, mean they're mission critical. So we'll go ahead and just destroy this now, because nothing will happen if we don't destroy it, unfortunately. And boom, got it.
Second platform is down. Where are these torpedo bombers?
This is LSF Delta 1. We're making our torpedo run at the station. Over.
Good to see you guys. Let's finish them off.
Where is he? There he is. so there's Delta. Oh!
Torpedoes away.
They've launched the torpedoes. Those things are...
Great shot, Delta Leader.
Our pleasure, Gamma 6. We couldn't have done it without you.
That was the last of them. Gamma 6, we've got it from here. All units, secure the area. Good work, Trent. Let's get clear. I'm uploading coordinates for Pittsburgh to your neural net. Let's go.
Alrighty. So, it looks like that's the last of it. Not bad for first mission. Take out an entire pirate base. With a crappy ship. That's pretty good.
Great work back there, Trent. Not bad for a rookie. Something tells me I'm gonna be seeing a lot more of you in the future. What we did here today will hopefully put a dent in the growing crime problem we've been having in this system. Maybe now, we can focus our full attention on the Order, and anyone who supports them. Schultzky's assassination can't go unpunished. Trent, Junie just sent me a message on the secure channel. Change of plans. I need to divert. Look, if you land on Pittsburgh, talk to one of the deep space reps. They'll have something lined up for you. Meanwhile, I'm transferring your payment now. Thanks for your help. See you around.
So, unlike what he said...
Trent, this is Junie. Good job. King just told me how impressed he was with you. Hope this wasn't too much for your first assignment. I wanted to meet up with you, but the attack on Schultzky has everyone rattled. President Jacoby's ordered a full investigation to determine what can be done about the Order. It'll likely mean more work for us soon. Meanwhile, why don't you spread your wings a bit? Familiarize yourself with the New York system. Maybe see what work you can pick up. I'll be in touch. Junie out.
Okay, so it didn't let me. So I was gonna say, unlike what he said, since we don't have to land on Pittsburgh, and I really don't want to. Pittsburgh is actually a pretty crappy place. The best thing you go there is that you can sell certain stuff there pretty good, and that it has certain reputations. That's weird. Music just got out. Okay, so yeah, now you're able to go anywhere in this New York solar system and accept missions as a freelancer. You need to increase your net worth to a set amount before Junie will contact you for the next mission. To view the amount, go to the player status. There are multiple ways to earn money. You can complete a mission from the job board, mine, sell loot, or trade commodities. But since we don't have jump access yet, we cannot leave the New York system. That's also partially, I think,
Dock denied. Dock.
There we go. That's also partially a way to keep us safe. Because, honestly, New York system is the safest system. There are various baddies in it and whatnot that are pain. Speaking of which. However, if you notice, there's two numbers by them. There's the number with an M, that's how many I think that's supposed to be meters. That's how far away they are. But the one next to them means that's what level the enemy is. They are level 1 enemies. Which means they are the easiest. The farther away, certain areas will have higher level enemies even in the New York system, but generally they'll stick around level 1 in New York. Once you leave New York, they start going up. Oh, missile. Hey, I shot it. So you can occasionally shoot down missiles, but it's kind of hard. Yeah. And come on, back here. That was weird. He didn't die. He just vanished. Okay. That was weird. Really weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Dock.
Whoa, that was close. So there's something else I might want to tell you about trade lanes. So, if you get hit by something that's in a trade lane, you don't die, but your shield is at least taken down, and I think you might take damage if your shields are weak enough. I got really lucky there. So we're going to go ahead straight back to Manhattan, because generally Manhattan's a good place for starting places, and it has a ship dealer. which if we have enough money, oh, you can see right there, we have our net worth of a little under 14,529 credits, and we need to be at least 17,999 credits.
Stop.
So we are currently bad with the Liberty Rogues, not all that great with the Bounty Hunters, but they want to attack us on sight. Rhineland Military is completely neutral, as are the Border World Exports. Ajira Technologies, Deep Space Engineering, Universal Shipping, Liberty Police Incorporated, Interspace Commerce, Liberty Navy, and Liberty Security Force are all friendly with us. And you see other stats and whatnot. Currently level 2. So, got 3 scrap metal. Ooh, we picked up a countermeasure dropper there. We can sell that. We can also sell that missile since we don't have a launcher, and we've got some. So, we'll go ahead and head for the Manhattan docking ring, and with the current amount of money we've got, plus all the extras and whatnot, we might be able to buy a new ship. Which, considering this is the crappiest ship of the game, to the point where you literally cannot buy it, it would probably be a good idea to get rid of it. So, we'll go ahead and sell the cargo we picked up. That's a rumor. That right there, that is what is known as a reputation bit. So I'll go ahead and skip over
Something
this.
I can help you with?
Because those are generally very standardized, and it tells you which company you can get better reputation with, how much money it would cost, and which at least three other factions that will dislike it. We don't have that kind of money, and frankly, I don't really care at the moment. So let's go to the equipment dealer and actually, you know what? Let's go see if we can buy a new ship. No, that is not the same ship we have. It is actually different. It may just look only slightly different, but it is actually different. So, at the moment, we're not allowed to buy this because this one is level 4. That is because, despite, it looking almost identical, it has like 700 more armor, can hold another 5 shield batteries and another 5 nanobots, has another 10 cargo space, and can actually hold, and it has a much better, So, despite it looking almost identical, it is actually a lot better. Which I always found weird. Anyway, so, this is probably what we're going to be going for, because I prefer fighter-style ships. There are 3 ships that you can buy. Light fighters, heavy fighters, and freighters. Actually, there is a 4th category, but those are like endgame ships, and doesn't matter at the moment. Freighters are not very good combat ships, but they have huge cargo spaces, so they are very good for trading and whatnot. But unfortunately, since the campaign usually involves fighting, I stick with fighters. Light fighters are very agile and whatnot. They can't hold quite the same. They do not have the same armor and punch as a heavy fighter, but they can very often fly circles around heavy fighters. So we'll select the Patriot, since that's the only light fighter we are allowed to get. And at the moment, we could actually buy it as it is. However, I would like to try and keep as much of the extra money as I can, so we will transfer over extra pieces here and there. Now, one of the things I like about this is that these would give you the same amount of this would give you the same price as if you were elsewhere on the planet. So the equipment dealers and the commodity traders would give you the exact same price. Now, here's a little cheap thing that the game does. They will give you a shield with your new ship. However, they give it at the buy price. They do not check what shield you have. So in this case, they're trying to give me the exact same shield. As such, I'm going to transfer the new shield, which will save me an extra 1,000 credits. There's absolutely no difference between the two except for how much money we would get, and as such, I'm going to keep my old one. And yes, so we will buy the ship.
Ship purchase complete.
That has decreased our net worth, as buying a ship or a piece of equipment, if you don't sell it immediately back, it will decrease in value. So, I can show you right now. This is how much our ship is worth. The exact same ship is currently worth 7,600. Now, take off 1,000 for the shield, and that is still an extra 1,320 credits more. And it makes some level of sense because there is when you buy something it generally is worth less. Anyway, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and buy some better guns. I'm going to go ahead and sell one of these. I theoretically could have gone through without it, but I prefer to. And we're going to buy a pair of Class 2 Justices. Now, this means we won't be able to get a cruise disruptor or a mine launcher at the moment. Although I'm not... Can we get a cruise disruptor at the moment? I don't think we can get a cruise disruptor here. But mine launchers they drop mines behind you. Generally, they, these ones, homing mines are a little more likely to hit their target, but generally have less payload of a similar level. Whereas regular mines are less likely to hit, but they generally do a little more damage. Now, this is not the case because the drone mine is actually, I believe, like a level lower than the seeker mine. But yeah, I generally prefer just to go through the homing mines. We'll buy a countermeasure flare. We don't have enough money for a new level shield, but we'll deal with that later. And we can buy one more nanobot or shield battery. We'll buy a nanobot just to even it out. Because our ship can normally have more. Our ship can have how many again? It can have 12, so that means we can get 2 more of each. But for now, we now have a decent set of weapons and a decent ship. So you're now back at the bar. These guys don't have anything for us. I believe it's because our rep is below complete neutral. It means they just don't want to talk to us. Now, this person has a job. We'll go ahead and skip the intro. So, it is a difficulty 2 mission. The reward will be 2,550 credits. And it tells the location, who we'll be fighting, and in some cases it will say extra bits, or, like in this case, that at some point their allied ships will show up. Now, we're going to go ahead and decline it at the moment, because we want to check what's in the job board. Now, you'll notice there are these ones right here. These are destroy ship, kill ship missions. This is an assassinate one. It requires us to kill a certain target. This is a tractor in loot. Generally someone has stolen something and we need to get it back. There's also a destroy loot and a capture person, which are fairly similar to the tractor loot, and the kill loot are fairly similar, except for, like tractoring it in, you just destroy it. And the capture person is the same as assassination, except you tractor in the criminal and then you take him to a certain base. So, looking through all these, 2,600 looks like it's the max. It is kill Liberty rogue ships at Sector 5D, and will be operating completely alone. I'm willing to go alone. So, you'll notice, you might have noticed it before, they have a grid pattern, and sometimes it won't mention a specific grid, it will mention just an area, like it might mention a Detroit debris field, or the Pittsburgh debris field. So unfortunately those ones are usually a little less specific, but in this case, it's specifically in this sector of 5D. And it shows us the recommended path to take, but at the same time, those recommended paths are not always the best. As you might have noticed, this one requires us to double back a bit. In reality, we could actually get out of this earlier, but the path generator doesn't ever account for that.
Freelancer Alpha 1-1, this is Planet Manhattan. Docking ring cleared. Good luck out there.
We will recalculate it later. So.
Enemy ships will be at the mission waypoint. See the nav map for further details.
So they are generally good about that. So if we got out, say here, it might say to get back in and go there, or it might just say go straight there. Generally, I try to get as close as I can to the waypoint, and then I drop out of the trade lane. It's nice and simple, and it means it cuts down a little bit on travel time. So, go ahead and watch. And exit right about here. There we go. And I'm going to shift to the cockpit bit for another thing that I enjoy. So, you see, notice the cockpit looks, cockpit view, if you want to go back and check the video, or if you just want to take my word for it, is a little bit different. Each ship will have a slightly different cockpit view, based on the ship type, because each cockpit looks a little bit different. There's also another view called turret view, and that one's nice when you're on the move but don't want to continue an area, or I mean, you're on the move but you don't want to stop going in that direction, and it will allow you to, your guns will follow where the viewpoint there.
Enemy ships in range. We're painting them so you can ID them easily.
When I'm done with you, there won't be anything left to ID.
So, I'll also mention this, mission enemies will vary depending on difficulty, and don't necessarily have anything to do with the random enemies that you'll find in the area. So like these guys are level 4, I'm pretty sure you won't find any level 4 inside New York, unless you're on a mission. Also, the more enemies per wave, generally the lower level they will be comparatively, so these guys are level 4. I'm willing to assume that those guys are at least only... Yeah, these 3 are level 1. Which means a huge difference. You might have also noticed my energy practically ran out at one point, and that instead of all 4 of these shots, it was firing fewer of them. Or it was firing less often. You'll see it again in like a second. I'll just keep firing. Well, you notice one of the guns has stopped firing. Might only be able to just tell, but one of my guns has stopped firing because it does not have the energy to fire all of them. So that is why you have to also. That is why energy you also have to keep track of it. Now, also, I could fire individually on the keyboard using the keyboard. And fire just each gun 1, 2, 3, 4, and I could choose 5 to just launch a countermeasure without having to select it over on the side. But we're not going to do that.
We show area as clear. Good job.
All
Mission
right.
commission out.